Hello, my people. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Remember to hit the likes button, smash the like button, and remember to share with your friends and also subscribe if you haven't done that. Today, we are going to give you or to highlight to you 14 of the top rated tourist attractions in Kenya. Or maybe, in other words, some of the best places to visit in Kenya. Have you ever been to Kenya, by the way? This is the best time to plan that trip to Kenya. And Kenya, as the name suggests, is also similar to the word safari. Imagine. Perhaps no other place on the planet conjures such a spirit of adventure and romance. The diversity of things to do dazzles all who visit, and viewing the country's abundant wildlife tops the list. See throngs of wild beasts thundering across the savannah during the Great Migration in the Maasai Mara. Come eye to eye with an elephant in Amboseli, or marvel at the lake Nakuru, flecked with thousands of flamingos. In these sand-soaked lands, ancient tribes such as Maasai, Kikuyus, and Samburu retain their traditional customs, living in relative harmony with the nature world. Beyond the world-famous safari parks lies a trove of coastal treasures. You can snorkel and dive fish-rich coral reefs, relax on pearly beaches, experience the melting pot of cultures and cuisines in Mombasa and Malindi. Remember also to explore tropical islands steeped in Swahili history. Topographically, Kenya is stunning, surrounded by calderas and mountain ranges. The Great Rift Valley divides the country. To the east of the sweeping valley, you can climb the snowy sloped equatorial peaks of Mount Kenya and fish for trout in crystal clear streams. Hell's Gate National Park, which is very famous by the way, you should visit the place. It harbors obsidian caves and hisses with natural geysers and hot springs. To experience the romance of Kenya's colorful colonial history captured in the film Out of Africa, head to Nairobi. This bustling capital is the gateway to one of the world's most evocative and exciting travel destinations. Kenya is a country in East Africa with a coastal line on the Indian Ocean. It encompasses savannas, lakelands, the dramatic Great Rift Valley, and mountain highlands. It's also home to wildlife like lions, elephants, and rhinos. From Nairobi, the capital, safaris visit the Maasai Mara Reserve, known for its annual wildebeest migrations, and Amboseli National Park, offering a view of Tanzania's 5,895-meter Mount Kilimanjaro. Let's start with the number one. Number one is a heavenly place, a place of beauty. It's called Masai Mara National Reserve. Hey, my friend, you should visit this place. But the Masai Mara National Reserve, it's also just referred to as Masai Mara. It's one of the world's most magnificent game reserves. It borders Tanzania and in the northern extension of Serengeti and forms a wildlife corridor between the two countries. It's named after the statuesque red-cloaked Maasai people who live in the park and graze their animals here as they have done for centuries. In their language, Mara means mottled, perhaps a reference to the play of light and shadow from the acacia trees and cloud-studded skies of the vast grassland. The park is famous to the Great Migration, when thousands of wildebeests, zebra, and Thompson's gazelle travel to and from the Serengeti from July through October. As we are making this video right now, the migration is actually happening right now. In the Mara River, throngs of hippos and crocodiles lurk. The park is also known for providing excellent predator sightings, thanks to its relatively large populations of lion, cheetah, and leopards, especially in the dry month of from December through February. Thanks to the park's altitude, the weather here is mild and gentle year-round. Hey, my friend, you should visit this place. You should really go to the place. You will actually experience great adventure. Right now, we are going to tell you about the second place you have to visit in Kenya, the Amboseli National Reserve. The Amboseli National Reserve is the place that you should visit, my friend. It's crowned by Mount Kilimanjaro, which is the Africa's highest mountain. Whether you did geography or you already know history of you have traveled to within East Africa, you'll know that Kilimanjaro is at the border of Kenya and Tanzania. So as I told you, this Amboseli National Reserve is crowned by Mount Kilimanjaro, which is Africa's highest peak. The Amboseli National Reserve is one of Kenya's most popular tourist parks. The name Amboseli comes from the Maasai word, by the way, and it means salty dust. Amazing, right? It's an apt description of park's parched conditions. The reserve is one of the best places in Africa to view large herds of elephants up close. Really, I can assure you, you'll see a lot of elephants there. You'll see these majestic animals with a trump and the ivories. Amazing. Other wildlife commonly spotted in the park include big cats such as lions, cheetah, as well as giraffe, impala, eland, waterbuck, gazelle, and more than 600 species of birds. So when you visit there, birds will be singing for you. Isn't that amazing, really? Nature lovers can explore 5 different habitats here. ranging from the dried up bed of Lake Amboseli, wetlands with sulfur springs, savannas, and woodlands. I love woodlands. Look for the local Maasai people who live in the area around the park. You'll be able to interact with them. You will really enjoy this. Now, let's go to the third place to visit in Kenya. The third is a Tsavo National Park. Even though it's written, it starts with T and S, it's no, you don't have to say Tsavo, it's Tsavo, the Tsavo National Park. That's the Kenya's largest park, by the way. It's the biggest, very big, massive. It is sliced into two parts, which are the Tsavo West and Tsavo East. And both these parks comprise 4% of the country's total area and encompasses rivers, waterfalls, savanna, volcanic hills, a massive lava rock plateau, and an impressive diversity of wildlife. Midway between Nairobi and Mombasa, so it's located just in the almost in the center. If you take the distance between Nairobi to Mombasa, it's almost in the middle there. So Tsavo East is famous for photo-worthy sightings of large elephant herds rolling and bathing in red dust. The palm-fringed Galana River twists through the park, providing an excellent game viewing and a lush counterpoint to the arid plains. Wow. Other highlights here include the Yatta Plateau, the world's longest lava flow, the Mudanda Rock, and the Lugard Falls, which spill into rapids and crocodile-filled pools. Tsavo West is wetter and topographically more varied, with some of the most beautiful scenery in the northern reaches of the park. Highlights here are Mzima Springs, a series of natural springs with large populations of hippos and crocodiles. Chaimu Crater, a great spot for seeing birds and prey, and Ngulia Rhino Sanctuary. Wildlife is not as easy to see in Tsavo West because of the denser vegetation, but the beautiful scenery more than compensates it. We here right now, we've just finished with the Tsavo National Park, which is a very beautiful place that you should kindly consider to visit. You will really love it. You see, the year is almost ending, and already the three previous places we've advised you to visit are very nice, and you'll really enjoy the animals there. Now we're heading straight to the fourth. Wow, 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 wow. The Samburu, Buffalo Springs, and Shaba National Reserves. On the banks of the palm-lined Iwaso Nyiro River, the Samburu, Buffalo Springs, and Shaba reserves lie in an arid region in the remote northern part of Kenya. So you'll be able to find it there in the northern part. The Shaba National Reserve is one of the two areas where George and Joy Adamson raised Ilsa and the lioness, made famous in the film Born Free. I don't know whether you've already watched the movie Born Free. It's a very nice movie, which actually talks about the lioness and the way it was raised. The wildlife in all three reserves depends on the waters of the river to survive, and many species are especially adapted to the parched conditions, such as the Gravy zebra, Somali ostriches, and Gyrinnax. The long-necked antelope that stands on two rear legs, you must know it, to reach the fresh fruits on the upper tree limbs. A top attraction in Samburu National Reserve are the Sarara singing wells, local watering holes where Samburu warriors sing traditional songs while hauling water for their cattle to drink. You see, the Samburu people, they like rearing cattle. Actually, they survive for rearing cattle. So they consume the milk, the meat, and so on. You might also be rewarded with sighting of big cats and wild dogs. So that's one of the places you should visit. Wow, now we go to the fifth, the Lake Nakuru National Park. Wow, it's amazing. You can see on that photo The pink flamingos, they are very beautiful. They are very, very beautiful. The Lake Nakuru National Park in central Kenya is famous for its huge flocks of pink flamingos. The birds throng on Lake Nakuru itself, which is also one of the Rift Valley soda lakes that comprises almost a third of the park's area. This park was actually established in 1961, and it has more than 450 species of birds, which have actually been recorded there. You will also be able to find other massive diversity of wildlife. You can also be able to find lions, leopards, warthogs, waterbucks, pythons, oh wow, and white rhinos. They are just there. Actually, they are plenty. Those are some of the animals that you can find there. There is also a landscape of which ranges from sweeping grasslands bordering the lake to rocky cliffs and woodlands. The park also protects the largest Euphorbia candelabrum forest in Africa. These tall branching succulents are endemic to the region and provide an interesting textural element to the arid landscapes. That's very amazing. So we're inviting you to visit this beautiful lake, the Lake Nakuru, which has flamingos, the pink flamingos. They are the most famous flamingos in Africa. Now we go to the sixth, the Lamu Island. As you can notice on this photo, it's beautiful photo. You can see that some of the houses here are old, which is very good. They try to preserve this old town, which is actually also recognized by UNESCO. So the small island of Lamu, it's located on the northeast side of Mombasa, and it oozes old and warm charm. As I had previously said, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so it's protected by UNESCO, the United Nations organ, which actually aims at preserving educational sites and so on. And also, this Lamu Old Town is Kenya's oldest continually inhabited settlement, with origins dating back to the 12th century. Strolling the labyrinth streets, you can see the island's rich trading history reflected in the buildings. Architectural features from the Arab world, Europe and India are very evident, yet with a discernible Swahili technique. Intricately carved wooden doors, coral stone buildings, hidden courtyards, verandas, and so on are some of the best features that you'll be able to see in Lamu Island. Once you visit there, Lamu Island is one of the best places to visit in Africa. So visiting here is like stepping back in time. That I can assure you. Those plow the harbor. Few, if any, motorized vehicles exist here. The donkeys still rule the streets, as they have done for centuries. So most of Lamu's population is Muslim, and both men and women dress in traditional attire. Top attractions on the island include Lamu Museum, with displays of Swahili culture and the region's nautical history, the Lamu Fort, and the Donkey Sanctuary. If all the history is a little too much, you can bask on one of the island's white sand beaches or sip Arabic coffee in a local cafe. And I can assure you, Kenya's coffee is one of the best, so you'll be able to enjoy this place definitely. Remember to like and subscribe on our channel. Okay, wow. Now on the seventh place to visit in Kenya is the Lake Naivasha. Lake Naivasha is one of the best lakes, which has a lot of diverse animals that you'll be able to see. The Lake Naivasha is a haven of birds, and it lies at the highest point of the Great Rift Valley and has been known to shrink considerably in times of extreme drought. During the drought season, which is okay, it's very sad, a flourishing floriculture industry in the area is also in compacting water levels and quality. One of the best ways to view the wildlife is by boat. So I'm encouraging you to, if you're watching this video, remember also to hit the like button and share with us, leave a comment description. Remember to visit, if you are visiting Lake Nakuru, go by boat. You'll be able to see a lot of animals. You'll see more than 400 species of birds, including African fish eagles, those that eat fish, hippos float in the water, and giraffes, buffalo, zebra, and eland graze around the edges of the lake. Keep a lookout of the colobus monkeys in canopies. They're also available there. So another important thing about the Lake Naivasha that we can mention is that the Crater Lake Games Sanctuary features a wildlife-rich nature trail. Just south of Lake Naivasha, the relatively affordable Hell's Gate National Park protects a wide variety of wildlife and offers excellent climbing opportunities with two extinct volcanoes and red cliff of Hell's Gate Gorge. On the southern shore of the Lake Naivasha, you can pop in for a cup of tea at the Samere Conservation Centers, which is the former home of the late Joy Adamson, the author of Born Free, and her husband George. Now we go to straight number 8, which is Nairobi. So the 8th place to visit is Nairobi, the capital of Kenya and as well as the capital of East Africa. Let me just say capital of East Africa because it's it's the biggest city in East Africa. So Nairobi is the capital of Kenya, and it's legendary for its colorful colonial history. It was once the capital of British East Africa, luring settlers who came here to settle their fortune in the coffee and tea industries. Today, you can explore the city's famous historic sites as well as some excellent wildlife-related attractions. The National Museum, the Nairobi National Museum, is a great one-stop spot to see exhibits of Kenya's history, history, nature, culture, and contemporary art. So the green thumbs will also enjoy the botanic gardens on the grounds. Another popular touristic attraction is the Karen Blixen Museum, the restored resident of the famous Danish author, the book Out of Africa. Also known by her pen name Isaac Dean Disensen. To see wildlife without venturing far from the city center, visit Nairobi National Park. You see, Nairobi National Park is the only national park in the whole world inside the capital, inside the city. Nairobi National Park is just located inside Nairobi. And this Nairobi National Park, now a black rhino sanctuary and also home to the diversity of other African wildlife. So if you've never visited Nairobi, really, this is the best time to visit, I can assure you. The climate is amazing right now. It's cool, not too hot, not too cold. So this is the best time to visit. Now we go to straight to number 9. Now we are highlighting, or rather we want to highlight the place you can visit inside Nairobi. You see, on number 8, we told you about Nairobi, that it's the capital that you should visit, the capital city of Kenya. So on number 9, we want to tell you about Nairobi National Park and the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust. So a mere 15-minute drive from the claim of Kenya's capital, you can gaze at the snoozing pride of lions or a graceful giraffe strutting through the golden grass of Nairobi National Park. Wow. Visiting this wildlife-rich park is one of the top things to do if you're staying in Nairobi. And it makes a rewarding day trip, and it's very affordable, by the way, to visit. And especially if you can't make it to one of the largest game reserves. All the safari, the classic safari stars here, including buffaloes are available, leopards are available, zebras, wild beasts, hippos, elephants, and cheetah. You can also see some of the planet's most endangered species at the park's rhino sanctuary. The Nairobi Safari Walk provides a rewarding opportunity to spot wildlife on foot, and birders will be happy to know that more than 400 species of birds also inhabit the park, including the beautiful grey-crowned crane. So we'll also leave a link in the description below so that you'll be able to see the places that you can visit within East Africa and Kenya as well. So we'll leave a link in the description below, so for places you can visit. And while you are here, you'll be sure to stop by the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust at the park's, as I was saying, the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust at the park's main gates. Park's main gates. This famous wildlife sanctuary rescues and rehabilitates orphaned elephants and offers close-up encounters with these adorable animals. And no visit to the park would be complete without hopping into the giraffe center near the famous Giraffe Manor, where these long-necked beautiful eat right out of your hands. Amazing, isn't it? Yes. So kindly we invite you to visit the Nairobi National Park and the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, which are some of the best experiences you can have once visiting Kenya. So we go straight to the 10th place to visit. Now we are heading straight to number 10. So on the number 10, on the places that you should visit in Kenya, a country in East Africa, so it's Mombasa. So Mombasa is Kenya's second largest city and as well as the biggest port. It's a multicultural touristic magnet. So several immigrants have stayed in Mombasa starting from the British, the Portuguese, Arabs, Indians, and Asians. So it's a mixture of several cultures. And their influence is evident in the architecture of the place. So you'll also be able to notice that many cuisines, so if you visit the restaurants there and the hotels, they have a wide range of the cuisines that you can choose from. Yes, so Mombasa is actually an island connected to its mushrooming development on the mainland by a causeway, bridges, and ferries. Coral reefs fringe the coast for 480 kilometers, providing fantastic snorkeling and dividing opportunities, especially at the Mombasa Marine National Park. And around Wasini Island as well. So dolphin watching and deep sea fishing are also very, 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 very popular over there. And the history buffs will enjoy exploring the 16th century Fort Jesus and the Old Town with its narrow streets, ancient Swahili dwellings, markets, and souvenir shops. The north shore of Mombasa is crammed with attractions including Mombasa, go-kart, cinemas, sports, and a lot of restaurants. This being a coastal hub, beach lovers will find some worthy strands nearby. So there are a lot of sandy beaches there in Mombasa. So north of the city, Nyali and Bamburi beaches are the most favorite, while the white strands of Shelley, Tiwi, and Diani, which is also popular spots south of Mombasa. So everybody is welcomed to visit Mombasa. So there is also an airport there in Mombasa, whereby depending on the country, which country you're coming from, you might maybe first connect through Nairobi and go there. Or there are also flights coming directly from some parts of Europe directly to Mombasa. So it depends with which means you'll use also to travel. So we are inviting you to visit Mombasa. So you can also start your journey from Nairobi to Mombasa. So we are inviting you also to use the new standard gauge railway, the Madaraka Express, which is very fast and it will take you smoothly. So at more than 480 kilometers, you might use them. Actually, if you go by SGR, you'll be able to use around 6 hours to reach the place. 4 to 6 hours, depending whether you use express or you are using just the connecting one. There are two trains. The one that goes straight without passing through any city, without stopping through any city. And there is also another one that stops through various cities, Voi and so on. So we are inviting you to visit Mombasa. It's a very a good place. Now, the 11th place to visit in Kenya is a place called Malindi. So Malindi, as well as Mombasa, like Mombasa, Malindi has a lot of beaches and sandy beaches that you can visit. So the northern part of Mombasa and the Kenyan coast, Malindi is a beach resort popular with the European visitors. Thanks to its rich trading history, it is also a melting pot of cultures, of cuisines, with a split personality. Part historic old towns, part modern tourist hub, Malindi is where travelers come to sun on the white sands of Watamu Beach. So if you want to visit Watamu, there is a link in the description that will take you directly to the place you can visit. So Watamu dive the coral reefs of the Malindi and Watamu Marine National Parks and soak up a dose of Swahili history in the historic town, dating from the 12th century. Here you can visit the Jami Mosque, two pillar tombs from the 14th century, and the Church of St. Francis Xavier, one of East Africa's oldest churches. On the promontory, the Vasco da Gama Cross is one of the oldest standing monuments in Africa. Another popular tourist attraction is the Falconry of Kenya, a rehabilitation center for sick and injured birds. So this is one of the best places to visit. So it's about in about 30 kilometers northeast of Malindi, the Marafa Depression, also known or called as the Hell's Kitchen or Nyari, is a set of sandstone gorges sculptured by the wind and rain. So once you visit the place, you'll be able to see all of this. Wow. Now we go to number 12. Number 12 for the best places or the fantabulous places to visit in Kenya. So number 12 is Mount Kenya National Park. So in the Central Highlands, east of the Great Rift Valley, the Mount Kenya National Park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, encompassing the country's namesake highest mountain at 5,199 meters. Wow. And it also has it provides the rare sight of equatorial snow. Formed by a series of volcanic eruptions, Mount Kenya is actually comprised of 3 glacier-cloaked peaks. The highest is Batian, although Nilion, the next highest, is a tougher to climb. The lowest peak, Lenana, is considered the easiest climb, although unpredictable weather can pose challenges. So the scenery varies from glaciers, lakes and mineral springs to alpine forest and dense pockets of bamboo. The diversity of flora and fauna provides rewarding opportunities for safaris. Definitely, it does. And among the wildlife here, you may spot black and white colobus monkeys. Do you know them? We will share with you a link there. A photo there, very nice. You can check the colobus monkey. They are very interesting species. There are also buffalo, elephants, tree hyrax, leopards, and hyena. Nestled in the foothill, the famous Fairmount Mount Kenya Safari Club is a luxury retreat with trout, fishing, golf, and tennis. So we are inviting you to visit the highest peak of Kenya, which is Mount Kenya. It's a very interesting place that you can visit. Now we go straight to number 13. Remember, we had previously told you about Hell's Gate. So there is also a national park. So on the number 13th, we're inviting you to visit Hell's Gate National Park. It's a hot spot for climbers, really. So the Hell's Gate National Park is one of the few parks in Kenya that allows climbing and enables you to explore on foot or by bicycle. So you can go with a bike and start riding. It will be very interesting for you. That we can assure you. The Hell's Gate offers excellent climbing and hiking opportunities with two extinct volcanoes. The Red Cliff of Hell's Gate Gorge, the Obsidian Caves, and the pointed column of rock known as Fisher's Tower. So, if former volcanic plug. Okay, now the geothermal features include hot springs and natural geysers, hissing steam through vents in the Earth's crust. The park also protects a wide variety of wildlife, including leopards, baboons, hartebeests, eland, ostriches, gazelles, and more than 100, imagine, more than 100 species of birds, as well as eagle and vulture breeding grounds. Wow. Yeah, my friend, you should visit. So the Olkaria Geothermal Station, the first of its kind in Africa, by the way, it lies within Hell's Gate National Park and generates power from heated, pressurized water underground. And if you did not know that, Kenya is the #1 country in Africa to generate the highest quantity of electricity from geothermal energy. So the Olokaria Maasai Cultural Center within the park is worth a visiting, with Maasai singing, dancing, and jewelry making demonstration. So if you visit the Maasai there, they will be able to dance for you and sing for you. Wow, wow. Wow. Now we go to the Pejeta Conservancy. The Pejeta Conservancy is on the number 14th and the last place that we are giving you that you should visit in Kenya. On this place or this conservancy, it's located from about 200 kilometers from Nairobi. It's actually in the northern part of Nairobi, 200 kilometers. So it's located near Mount Kenya National Park. So the Pejeta Conservancy is a prime place for close-up wildlife encounters, and it protects more than 90,000 acre private game reserve. So from here, you can view the Big Five. So when we talk about the Big Five, we talk about lion, leopard, rhino, elephant, and the buffalo. So as well as the other animals such as cheetah, hyena, zebra, and hartebeest. So set against the breathtaking backdrop of snow-capped Mount Kenya, the conservancy is perhaps best known for its northern and southern white rhinos, including Baraka, a blind black rhino, who lucky visitors might have the chance to feed. You can view the wildlife on self-drive or guided tours, and entry includes a visit to the chimpanzee sanctuary. Day visitors are welcome, and if you want to extend your wilderness with adventure, you can stay overnight in accommodations that range from bush camps and safari cottages to a warming colonial ranch house. So it's one of the best places to visit, the Pejeta Conservancy. So from what we've already told you, I will try and summarize next.
But next time when you come, I will have one special food to us.
Inshallah. Next time. We usually say this word, inshallah, which means if God wishes.
So, as we tell you about Kenya and the places to visit, remember Kenya is one of the easiest place to reach. The visa application processes are very easy and very simple. You just need to either visit online on their platforms or the immigration platform where you'll be able to apply for the visa. You can alternatively visit some of the embassies in the countries where you are, and you'll be able to, without any hassle, you'll be able to apply for your visa and then come. And the best interesting part is once you get the Kenyan visa, which is also you can apply alongside the East African visa, you'll be able to visit all the East African countries. Namely, you'll be able to go to Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi, and as well as South Sudan. You will also notice that on this YouTube channel, we give you some of the places to visit within East Africa. So you can go ahead. I will leave the link in the description below, where you can click and see some of the best places to visit in Rwanda, for example, and the reason you should go there. Rwanda is one of the best places also in Africa to visit, which is unique in its own way. You'll be able also to see how you can visit gorillas and so on. Okay, now we are going to give you the summary of the top 14 top-rated tourist attractions in Kenya. So as we had previously told you, so the number 1 is the Maasai Mara National Reserve. Number 2, the Amboseli National Reserve. Number 3, the Tsavo National Park. Number 4, the Samburu, Buffalo Springs and Shaba National Reserves. Then number 5, Lake Nakuru National Park. Number 6, the Lamu Island. Number 7, the Lake Naivasha. Number 8, Nairobi City. Number 9, the Nairobi National Park and the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust. Number 10, Mombasa. Number 11, Malindi. Number 12, Mount Kenya National Park. And number 13, Hell's Gate National Park. Number 14, Pejeta Conservancy. Then we are done.